Okay. So, I find it kind of ridiculous sometimes when people say they don't understand, or when people don't recognize what they did to upset the other person.
You're fine. Okay. Do it slowly and when you're not moving that so I can focus on what you're trying to say.
I find it kind of ridiculous sometimes.
Yes.
When people don't understand what they did to upset the other person. Or maybe they do understand, they just don't care.
If the other person hasn't said why they're upset, then how are you supposed to know? Are you supposed to read their mind?
No, you're supposed to know like what the hell you did that was really mean and why, they're obviously upset about that.
But what if you thought what you did was really nice?
How could you think it was really nice?
Because sometimes people get upset.
Okay, well, maybe I should give you a specific example.
Yes, why don't you do that?
Why am I to be upset at them laughing at the kid falling?
Okay. Well,
why might they be laughing at a kid falling?
do you ever remember reading Charlie Chaplin movies?
No, because you can't read a movie.
Wait, what did I just say?
Reading Charlie Chaplin movies.
Do you ever remember watching a Charlie Chaplin movie?
No.
Or what was the other one? There were Three Stooges. The Three Stooges?
What?
The Three Stooges, have you heard of those?
Her name rings a bell.
Curly Mo. Oh, what's the third guy's name? I don't remember. Okay. Well, that lets me know we need to let you see some more Charlie Chaplin, and you also need to watch some more Three Stooges. Okay. Have you ever
Curly Rogers.
Have you ever heard of slapstick comedy?
Name rings a bell.
Okay, so
Have you ever heard of cows?
okay, agreeably, okay, you're confused why someone would be not understanding why you're mad at them for laughing at when somebody else fell.
Yeah. So since someone else fell as a some random person, did nothing to them.
I think it depends on how they fell. Because sometimes when you make mistakes, it's kind of funny. Like if you slip and fall and you didn't hurt yourself.
Well, I don't know.
You just actually come to think about it, even when you have hurt yourself. Did I ever tell you the story of how I lost my when I lost my tooth? I was swing dancing.
Yes.
I was very drunk, and the floor, I guess, I'm not sure exactly what happened now. I don't remember all the details now. I remember something about the floor being wet, and somehow, whatever my partner and I were doing, I went face forward into the ground and basically lost half a tooth. But when I went to the bathroom, at first everyone was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I didn't honestly know. I was very drunk at the time. But I went to the bathroom and I saw in the mirror half my tooth gone. And my reaction was to just double over in laughter because I found it so amusing.
You were also drunk.
I was also drunk. Okay, how about, you've ever heard, there's two ways of dealing with stress. Tears or laughter.
It's not them falling, someone else falling, and hurting themselves.
Right, but they don't know how to react, so they can act badly. They could either react, oh, are you okay, are you okay? Or they can see the silliness of the moment and laugh at it.
And then go tell me that they wish me I would fall next time I walk.
Somebody told you that? I'm sorry, when did this happen? Because they wanted to be able to laugh at you too? Or do you remember why they said?
Yes.
Was this on the playground?
No, Discord.
Hold on, okay. I'm a little bit confused. Somebody fell in Discord?
Somebody said that they were laughing. Some kid just fell and I'm laughing. What? Seriously?
I love how much you care about people.
Thank you. And after me getting after them for not caring, they tell me, well, I wish you fall next time. And this is when I told them to quote that you can never lose the past, and the karma from your actions in the past will eventually you will fall and not get very much help. You don't remember when you tell me it's your stroke?
I do remember. I'm trying to think of my reaction and my response. First off is my awareness of the angle you're at and how much you're slouching. Do you think you could sit up for me? All right. Second of all, processing what you're saying and my thought about it, because I have a mixture of thoughts. One is I admire that you care, but I'm also trying to give you some empathy for maybe why they were laughing.
I know.
And one...
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So laughing at that part, and then explain, oh, it was kind of funny how they fell, they didn't actually hurt themselves. Or
Okay.
someone went to help them as well.
Okay.
Or just explain that even if they didn't help, someone helped.
Mm-hmm.
And if the kid didn't need any help, well then, or they're laughing but still helping. Sure, I don't care. As long as they are either themselves helping or having someone else help. As long as they are expressing caring,
Mm-hmm.
they can be laughing and they can explain, oh, I was laughing because it was funny the way they felt. Even that.
Mm-hmm.
Then not only did they explain or show that they care, then they show that they definitely don't care by telling me to go fall.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you believe that it's possible that they were reacting to the statement you said about in response to them that you said?
Yeah, possibly.
I mean, it's not like you didn't say to them, "Oh no, are they okay? Are you sure they're okay?"
No, you're right. I was going to say that.
Right. Instead, what did you do?
What? You're laughing at falling?
I.e., shock, horror, getting upset at them and angry at them for their reaction, and instead of empathy to their reaction, telling them their reaction was wrong and putting them down.
What? Is one better than the other?
Empathy versus putting them down?
Okay, so I was doing horror and shock,
Uh-huh.
so you never gave me an empathy option.
That's what I'm saying. You weren't showing them empathy to
I wasn't
their...
putting them down either.
What was the statement you said to them?
So you gave me the two options. Either I'm expressing shock and horror, or I'm expressing empathy and putting them down. What?
No. Did I say that? Okay.
Yes.
No. All right, let me
You said.
rephrase. Let me say it again. Can you... what was I saying? Okay, hold on. I think I got myself lost. Okay. So, tell me your response to them again.
I don't remember.
You don't remember what you said to them?
No, I don't.
You just remembered a second ago?
I I remember like an idea of what I might have said to them.
Okay. Okay. But, okay. And what is it you thought I said? Because I'm having trouble remembering what I said now.
Shock, horror versus empathy.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I didn't mean to say versus. I meant to say shock, horror. You weren't showing them empathy. You were instead getting after them for what they were saying. That's what I meant for you to hear. That's what I meant for you to hear.
That makes sense.
Right.
Well,
and
I don't have any empathy for them.
Well, whenever somebody makes an expression, you can either react where you receive their expression with positiveness, neutrality, or negativity. To make it easy.
How much for you? A neutral walks into a bar and asks the bartender for a beer.
That's a side topic and joke, and it's cute, but it's funny, but it's not on topic. You can laugh about it for a second, though.
No charge.
Okay. So going back, focusing. By the way, that is a cute joke that he was remembering just now. And my mind is distracted. So which one do you think you were being? When he made that response, were you agreeing with him that it's funny? Being neutral and saying, oh, wait, oh, man, is that guy okay? Or were you getting after him?
Probably getting after him.
Okay. So he goes, hey, wait a minute, why are you getting after me?
Well, duh, because
and so he's saying, well, beep you too. I don't like you getting after me. I'm uncomfortable. I don't appreciate being gotten after. I'm going to be mean. He's thinking you're being mean to him. So he's responding by being back. He's back. He's reflecting what he perceived as being mean back at you. Because that's the only way he knew how to be mean back. And he was trying to be your mirror image to your reaction to what he thought was a funny comment being put out. Do you see that as a possibility?
Okay. And second and third person come into the picture.
Okay.
They also don't express any caring.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do they don't have empathy, or they don't get after. They don't express neutrality or caring.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do empathy either. They just say, I don't remember exactly what to say or how to express it, but.
Did they go after you after you went after him?
Sure. Tell me not to care.
Whoa, what? Did they actually say...
No, but...
But that was your interpretation of it.
Basically.
Okay.
If you're getting after me for caring, you're basically trying to tell me not to care. I mean, by logic, right? So.
Okay. And I could see how you would interpret it
Or
that.
he's getting after me for how I wanted them to... For how I was expressing wanting them to care, I'm sure, but...
Right. I think that's what, in truth, they were probably doing.
Sure, but...
They were getting after you for having gotten after them.
They don't get after him, so...
Right, because all of a sudden... Because they didn't see him getting after anybody. They just saw him making
You're right,
fun.
He wasn't getting after anybody either. You're right, he wasn't getting after anybody.
That's right. So
he was just not caring about somebody, that's all.
Well, so humor... It might have actually been very funny how he fell. You just wanted also some caring. So you wanted more than just humor. You wanted humor and caring.
Sure.
And because you didn't see the caring, you got after him. So what they saw was the humor, and instead of recognizing one way or another whether or not this guy cared, they saw you going after him. And so all of a sudden, even though it was just you caring, all they saw was the attack coming at this guy. And so they felt kind of to the defense of this guy because they saw you not as a caring soul, but as an attacking soul for having gotten after him for not being caring. And where you could have also expressed your wish for him to care, instead of an attacking way, you could have gone where you just showed your caring for this other guy, saying, whoa, is he okay? And then people wouldn't comment to you and get defensive by what you were saying. they might do the same as you, going, yeah, is he all right? Do you see how you came at it might affect how they come back at you? Possibly.
Sure.
So in the future, if you don't want, maybe they were caring, but they became caring of something different because to them it was just, they were like, oh, attack! Somebody's attacking! We gotta come to the defense of whoever's being attacked.
You do realize that, like, I have absolutely no power. They have, like, 10 times as much power. So, I think they
You
can
have
take
a
care
lot of
themselves.
power. You have a lot of power in your choice of how you come at it.
I mean,
That
like,
is your
physical,
power.
I mean, like, physical server power. The server.
Although I can see how you would see how that is relevant, in my intake of it, I did not factor that in, and I kind of am. It was not a factor that I considered, and it's not something that I really felt like it was relevant. I can see how you might think that that is a relevant part. Can we take that out of the picture? Can we take that variable out of the picture, though, for a moment, and assume that everybody's at a neutral level?
Sure.
And just go, how do we the goal is to bring out the caring in people, correct?
Sure.
Okay, so you do have a lot of power in how you bring that out and how you interact with them. And I just wanted you to be aware that your choice of how you chose to bring it to his attention could have a positive effect or a negative effect. And it sounds like maybe the particular choice you made didn't have the effect that you wanted.
Sure. So instead, next time, do a passive approach.
Is asking, oh no, how's he doing? Is that a passive approach?
More passive. But doing a more passive approach and asking questions so that they can, that way instead of them feeling attacked, they are able to answer my questions. Fortunately, then they'll feel attacked by my questions because they're total dumb idiots.
Are you making an assumption and you deciding for them how they think?
No, but I happen to know that it's probably what's going to happen.
You're
They
basing this off of other interactions you've had with these people.
Sure, that they just take everything as an attack. Or
Is it are you making an always statement? A
they
generalization
take most
statement?
things as an attack. Or they do not like, they either don't answer questions usually. They usually don't answer questions, or take stuff as an attack, or just not care. Usually just not care. And answer
Well,
questions.
I'm wary of your conclusion about them because right now you were saying that they did not care based off their reaction to your reaction. You are saying that they don't care because of the way they responded to you when you got after them for...
No, I'm not.
Or you're saying that they don't care because...
Because the action they originally did.
At
And
which...
again, other actions they do.
Okay. Can we imagine for a moment...
Like, not only not helping me, but hurting me.
How do you think
and trying
they...
to have fun at my expense.
And I'm really sorry that that had happened.
Okay, i.e. they're not caring.
Can we focus on this one example you gave me? Of what would have happened if you had come in with a different way of simply having asked them. What do you think would have happened if you had said, oh no, is he okay?
I don't know.
Well, you seem to have an idea of what
Like
these people...
you care.
That's what they think that that's what you think they would have said to you?
Sure. Or like someone cares or something. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they probably just wouldn't answer at all.
Okay.
If I'd asked, you do realize that it's making you sound like you don't care about the person, right?
Mm-hmm.
They probably would have said,
That's a very different statement than what I had said.
It's a passive question.
You do realize that it makes it sound like you don't care about that person.
Yes.
That's saying you do realize that you sound mean and horrible and you don't sound nice.
Well,
do you hear the difference between
sure.
that statement versus where you don't go after them at all and you just simply express your own caring about the person that fell and saying, oh no, are they okay? Giving them an opportunity to let you know.
But that's not having them have awareness of their action.
Okay.
Because otherwise,
So
if I
doesn't-
do that, and even if they do answer, they're just going to keep on doing the same thing over and over again.
Okay,
They're not
so
gonna
what
change.
I hear you saying that you would like to give them awareness of their actions,
Mm-hmm.
but the way you're doing it, I judge as a judgment on them, a judgment on their actions. I hear you going a step further than giving them awareness. I hear you giving them awareness with a judgment attached to it. I think that what you're doing I hear you saying to this guy, I think what you just said sounds like you don't care about this person. Assuming that they don't care about this person. You are assuming the worst about this person. Whereas if you had gone in with the statement, oh no, are they okay? Or something like that, or you don't have to say, oh no, are they okay? Just the question, were they okay? Then it doesn't give you any judgment. It doesn't show any thoughts about their actions. It just simply shows that you're a caring person. And teaching by example, not by instruction. Does that make sense?
I think so.
So getting rid of the dogmatic, this is what you should behave, this is how you should be, versus let me teach you how to be by being an example, a role model.
They don't pay attention to role models, unfortunately. They care about themselves.
So the way role modeling works, Eagle, it's not an instantaneous thing. It's something that happens over time, over eons, over generations, over a period of time. That if they see you role modeling kindness, they see other people role modeling kindness, then
But the problem is they don't want to see other people role modeling kindness.
Okay. Do you believe that you were role modeling kindness just then? Or do you believe you were role modeling teaching, instruction, and judgment?
No, because if I do role model kindness, then they make fun of me role modeling kindness. Which has absolutely no effect, because then they're, not being into what I'm saying.
Are you afraid of them making fun of you for being kind?
I'm afraid of them not paying attention to what I'm saying, because they're too busy making fun of when I'm letting them be kind.
You're afraid of not feeling heard and understood?
Of not understanding, and to a certain extent of not feeling heard and understood, especially when it's something about feeling heard and understood about actions of nicer behavior.
Say that again slowly, or say that again so I can process it, please.
I'm afraid of not feeling heard and understood about when I'm saying something about a nicer behavior, about how to act in nicer behavior.
Alright, hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry for that break. Alright, so one more time, say the phrase to me so that I can process it again. One more time.
I'm afraid of not feeling heard and understood when what I'm saying is about how to act in a nicer way.
That was a part I missed. You're afraid of not being heard and understood.
When I'm requesting them to act in a nicer way. Which would be nicer.
Okay. What I heard the first time, you just worded it a little bit differently, but I heard the first wording, or not the first wording, but the wording just before, was you were afraid they wouldn't hear you and understand you when you were trying to teach them and give them instruction on how to behave.
On like, just like what's, basic, nice, and not nice. Because since I just don't understand the concept of, exactly, I'll use the words good and bad, but yeah, the concept of, I don't know, what's fucking good and what's slightly not exactly good. What's not nice and what's nice. What's good and bad. So you don't have any concept of what is what because they just get away with it all.
Do you remember when you were younger and how we used to have philosophical debates about what's good or what's bad? What's right or wrong, we used to have this discussion about how it was all culture, based on culture, and everybody had different opinions about that.
Mm-hmm.
And different
There are basics.
And do you believe
there are basic universal ideas of respect and I don't know what the word is. Compassion.
Sure. There are basic feelings of that, but in terms of expressions of that, do you think there are universal expressions on how to do that?
There are universal concepts, there are universal, the rule of, I don't know, acting reasonably nice with a reasonable tiny respect people around you.
Okay.
Unless they're for some reason blowing at you for no reason, getting after you, and just throwing a whole bunch of negativity at you. Unless they're throwing a whole bunch of negativity at you, then you just don't throw negativity at them. Or if you're going to do it, I don't know, have a reason. If you don't have a reason, come up with one. And even still, treat them with a certain amount of respect and caring and niceness. Ethics, morals.
I understand what you're trying to say. I do understand what you're trying to say. You would like everybody to treat everybody else with a certain level of respect.
Or just basic human rights, human values,
Okay, I understand
basic
that
morals,
you would like,
and also basic ethics.
that you would like for people to show more caring.
Sure.
But I'm going to go back to the specific example that you provided that this conversation has been about. Not talking about any other examples. Throw away all the other examples in just this one. In just this one, can you perceive how he might have interpreted you not following your own code right now?
Sure.
Okay. So you are aware of that.
Sure. Okay, so what about all the other times?
Well, I'd have to talk about those specific other times individually, each one individually. I can't make generalizations about this person because if this particular scenario, I can show how he might have misinterpreted what you were saying as not a caring action but an attack action. It's possible the same thing happened in those other scenarios too, and I just don't know because I don't know the specifics on those specific examples. But I'm just saying it's a possibility that a misinterpretation occurred there too.
What happened to the server? The first thing I find is them going, at me, they're adding me, pinging me, tagging me. Okay, guys, please stop tagging me. What's tagging? Pinging. What's pinging? You know, doing at my name. Stop doing it. Tagging me, tag, ping, tag, ping, pong.
Okay. So.
Ugh. For what reason?
So you had asked them to stop, and they didn't. And they kept doing. It's like when somebody goes poke, and you say, "Please stop poking me."
What's poking you? Doing this.
Right. Okay.
What's doing this? Doing this.
Okay.
I'll stop.
See how
Bop.
that's really annoying. Yes, I agree.
What did I ever do to them?
Please switch with me, please. Would you like a hug?
Meanwhile, the server owner, who's like literally looking at the chat right now, doesn't do anything. Against some of the rules in most servers.
Are they supposed to stop that from happening?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, there's a server owner, and so he should, like, you know, say, hey, please stop that.
Is it possible that the server owner is not actually watching what's going on?
Okay, yeah, then how are they actually watching what's without actually watching?
If they're just online,
okay,
on the computer's on.
Because they're actually watching a chat.
How do you know that they're actually watching?
Because they're typing in the chat.
So maybe they're focusing on what they're typing and not
and
what's
like, you know,
going on.
you send a message, and there's ping, message.
Could they possibly be having a private message with them, conversation with the other people, and saying, hey, stop doing that to this person, and you just don't know about it?
Okay, so they do, and even if they don't inform you that they're doing that, then, you know, one of the things that, like, eventually they would, you know, say, okay, stop it, or I'll demote you. And guess what? People keep doing it. And actually, he does do this. He does demote them, and then he gives them back even a higher rank. Oh, congrats.
They do what?
Gives them an even higher rank.
Instead of demoting them.
Oh, they demote them. And then 5 seconds later, give them an even higher rank.
Maybe they're afraid of them.
They're not the server owner. Their person is some random person.
I'm just trying to give you ideas of what might be going through their head. You wanted an explanation. You asked me, why do they do this, correct? So I was trying to give you my theories as to why this possibly happened. Instead of my theories, would you just like to have a hug of reassurance that you're loved and I care about you?
I know you do.
Huh?
I know you do. Thank you.
And I know it's really hard when you're online and you encounter people who don't care. And even in the real world, when we encounter people who don't care, it's hard. Can I make a request of you, though? That you not try to teach them how to behave. That you teach them not by telling them how to behave, but simply by practicing it. Because people don't generally like when somebody claims that they should be a teacher. They don't like it when people self-promote themselves to be teachers. And that's because if they think they know all the answers, they don't like somebody else coming in and saying, no, you're wrong, I know all the answers.
I know the answers either. I
But
just said
if
that
you
you're wrong.
act like it even once, it just takes once. If you come in at one time, if they encounter you in any one place, trying to teach somebody who doesn't want to be taught, then they won't see the caring, they will just see the attack. They won't see the beauty in your heart.
Don't try to teach them this.
Just teach them by being that caring person, not telling them how to behave. you know, may I offer another reason why they might have pinged you? Had they met you before on a different server? Maybe? Have they encountered a situation where...
They're not liking me?
Yes.
Okay, so don't bring it to the server and to do with it. Like, you know, like, explain to me, I don't like you. I don't like what you did. Please say you're sorry. Or whatever you need.
You would like them to give you a chance to make amends, is that what you're saying?
Sure, please just tell me what the fuck is wrong. Because
Like
pinging me does not give me any information of what I did. Of what they didn't like, of how you make it better, of whatever is going on. Not making me any information. Or that they're assholes. And also idiots.
Okay. I agree. It's hard. There are people out there who are going to lash out. And we have a choice, Eagle, of how we respond to it. We can lash out back at them in our confusion, or, and I'm afraid sometimes I have role modeled that, or we can find graceful ways to handle it. And I'm hoping that some of the books we're reading and some of the things that we're practicing and some of the skills that we're learning will help us to better be able to handle that evil. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, do you think you'd like to go and listen to some of those audibles right now, and maybe we can get some more insight of other tools of how to handle the situations like that? I love you. I want to give you all the skills to be able to help you handle things like this. I love you so much. How about we end this recording and go and, I think we're going to go onto Audible, and there's some books that we're listening to, and if we really like them, we'll post what we think of them up somewhere, probably in his newsletter, so I really highly encourage signing up for his newsletter. And at some point we will have a newsletter that you could pay for $1. There's going to be his personal newsletter, and then there's going to be our group newsletter. And I think we're going to combine them. The group newsletter, which will have all kinds of teaching tools, will cost $1 to join, but his personal one I think is currently free. And hopefully we'll put the link on it when we're ready on in the description. And in the description we'll also put a link to Audible if you want to listen to some of the books on there. And we're also going to have a link to our body listening store, which will help.
Has to have body listening books.
That will help promote the idea of listening, and both in bodies and communication and things like that. So because we're learning these tools, we're wanting to learn these tools, and whatever we learn, we want to share with you. And because the world is a hard place to live in sometimes, and we want our journey of how difficult things can be. I want you to learn from our experiences, and so we're sharing what we go through with you in hopes that something about it will help you in your journey. And together we end up doing this journey together, learning from each other. So please feel free to write in the comments tools that you've learned from. It might help other people who might have had similar situations. Let's do this as a community, helping each other. All right. We're going to send a big hug. May we all learn grace. May we all learn compassion. And help others to practice peace by becoming peaceful ourselves. Thank you for listening. Shall we do a body stretch and go turn it off? Everybody do a body stretch. Ah. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
And as always, thanks for watching.